there's a bracket. So we got Cleveland and Boston on the American League side, St. Louis and San Francisco on the National League side. Bumgardner, Johnny, and then we'll see when we get to game 4 what we do. But hands will be full. So I've actually been thinking about this a little bit, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. With it being a lefty, or Jose, because Jose batted pretty well against the lefties in games 3 and 4. Trust Cano. I'll trust Cano. Yeah, I'll trust Cano. That's a 5-point game at the half? Yeah. Still a long way to go. North Carolina just gets its act together and they advance. For me, upset alert isn't going to be till they're down 10 to 15 points in the second half. Because if they're down by 6 points, it's still a 2-possession game. I'd be concerned being behind. But also you look at Iona's hit 10 threes. It's rare to be able to hit threes that well for an entire game. If they stop hitting threes, they lose. Point blank. The way they're shooting.
Join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2019 St. Louis Cardinals.
Briefly now, we'll look at the 2 starters who get the ball here in game 1. Now the visiting San Francisco Giants line up in this one. Danny, any thoughts?
Well, I think Brendan Belt is the guy to watch out for. He's coming off a game in which he had 4 hits, including a home run. I saw him during batting practice. He was smiling and he was feeling good about himself. The confidence was just oozing out of him.
Luke Weaver gets the ball for game 1 of the League Championship Series here at home. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, Matt, 5 full innings for this guy in his last one. You couldn't really consider that a powerhouse outing. He was able to get a no decision, but I'm sure he and the team are looking for a lot more in this one today.
The St. Louis Cardinals attack you on defense in this fashion. And let's focus on Robinson Cano, one of the softest hands from all our sport. Probably turns one of the best double plays in the game, captain of the defense.
Striding into the box, Lionel Rader. And we are set for baseball here this evening.
Left fielder, Lionel Rader. Fans, this reminder to stop by the stadium store located on the main concourse to pick up all your postseason souvenirs. We've got hats, we've got shirts, we've got jerseys. You want it, we've got it. Make sure to stop by tonight and make sure you're outfitted for the postseason.
Look. Courtesy of my roommate. Yes. So this is turned into a drinking stream. I wouldn't drink for anything. Like, I would never do like goals or anything for drinks, but I'm not gonna lie. A beer does sound kind of good right now. I did a lot today. I've done a lot of work in the ring. I've done some cardio, some stuff at the gym. Ready to go. Sorry for the delay. Hopefully they did stuff interesting in the background. Kansas State messed up my bracket. I kind of had Kansas State going a little far. Like Elite 8 far. So that hurts.
Here comes the first pitch. And a cold strike
so far I had them going to the Elite 8 and I had someone else going to the Sweet 16 that got eliminated. So I have two Sweet 16 teams eliminated and one Elite 8 team eliminated. And man, look at that. North Carolina, boom. Winning.
Yes, it will. It'll be a leadoff
just like that.
Hey, sometimes that's how a rally gets started, right?
Good start to the second half for them. Yeah, ice. For me, my two favorite beers are Shock Top and Blue Moon. So whenever I go somewhere and have drinks, I'm always going to ask. I'm going to hear a lot of that tomorrow. The thunder and things scaring me. Thanks for the raid, Mr. Wicked. I hope your Cuphead went well. Because I know that game can be a hard game. I'll be looking forward to getting it on the Switch here soon.
Than he does against southpaws. Could be a comfort thing. Maybe he just picks up the ball a little better, but that's the book on him at this point. And a fastball just a bit high. A former MVP waiting on deck in the form of Buster.
Not getting calls.
Rader on at Sliced hard down the left field line.
Marcel.
Ozuna moves
Let's
over
go.
near the line as he puts it away for the first out of the inning.
Shock Top and Bud Light Lime Orange. Gotcha. I've actually never had the Bud Light Orange. I've had Bud Light Lime. For me, usually when I go somewhere, they only have one. They either have Shock Top or Blue Moon. So I just ask, which do you have? And take it. We have a bar that I normally go to up the street, especially for when I was not streaming on Thursdays to play hockey or to watch hockey with my buddies. And I would always get, like, as soon as I come in, they already know, hey, 2? Yes. Like, I just take my 2 Blue Moons right away.
First pitch of the at-bat.
DP. Let's go.
A bare hand for one. On to Carpenter. It's a double play, and that ends
That
the
go
inning.
DP action that we know and love here on the stream.
Roll it up to get out of the jam. More baseball on MLB Network right after this.
Rare. Yeah, I can't remember ever seeing it. It sounds like it would be pretty cool, though. I'm a big fan of the Belgian beers.
Now a moment
I like
here in
wheat
St.
style
Louis to look at
beers.
the Cardinals starting lineup. Who's the one to watch?
People tell me like there's a lot of good peanut butter beers, but I'm allergic to peanuts, so I can't have those. And we have a lot of local breweries here that kill the peanut butter beer game. But unfortunately, you know, it is what it is.
Madison Bumgarner will do the pitching
It is
on
what
the
it is.
road here
Got
in
stuck on a couple
Game
boss
1
fights.
NLCS.
Yeah, I remember watching streams of it when that game came out. Really good game. And congrats, Cubs on Iowa winning. Full disclosure, I actually did pick Cincinnati to win, but ultimately I had Cincinnati losing to Tennessee, so good win for you guys. Definitely got the Kansas State game wrong. I had Kansas State going to the other day. So that stings a lot.
He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Alright, Madison Bumgarner.
First pitch
Hello.
of the at-bat
I feel
on
like
its
we
way.
just saw you.
And a slider on the inside for strike one.
And we did. And you guys know what tomorrow is. So, a reminder. Gonna play, hopefully, 3 games tonight. Maybe 4. And we see where we stand. And tomorrow, it begins. The BS. I hate all of you for what I'm gonna do tomorrow and Sunday. But I'm a man of my word.
Boy, good fight
I
on
will
the
make a
slider,
note
it
though.
just missed inside.
Sunday, there may be a separate stream because Saturday or Sunday, I may get up a tad bit earlier to do a earlier stream of.
So Dan, what was your approach on the mound in that count? Do you still pitch
I may
with
get
the
up a little
strike
earlier
out
to
here?
do an earlier stream of baseball. And
And
I said I wasn't going to stream on Monday. I lied. I am. But Monday will be an afternoon stream before Raw. I need to finish this season. It has to be finished before. It has to be finished before wrestling comes on Monday. I have no choice. Shouldn't have swung at that. Damn it. Wicked. Yo, Pigpen, what's up, dude? Had a nice dinner. Was watching Pigpen earlier today. Hitting the bag some.
Now here's the pitch. In there.
Also, Pigpen, you didn't know. I didn't tell you in your chat since you were, out and about touring the world.
Both pitchers and position players love this guy.
Yeah,
Looked like you had a lot of fun, so you can see the pictures in your Discord. I am engaged. Freshly engaged last Saturday, so almost a week.
In there, and he's ahead 0-2 now.
So 2 pitches in a row on the outside corner for strikes. You think he stays out there?
I think he does. One thing you don't want to do, though, Matt, it's not a good idea to throw the same hitter,
Shock
the
Top.
same pitch 3 times in a row, back to back to back. But I
Shock
think
Top
he
just
might
like
go
it
here.
just. I feel like it just.
Ground out to second.
it's a perfect flow to my body. Like, it's like when I eat ice cream, I feel so relaxed when I eat it. This is what shock top and do whenever friend Mason has a big fucking mouth. Still, people are still mad at him. Davis is still mad about that. Like, let it go. They were playing basketball on Wednesday, and he like kind of made a side comment during the game because we're all on the same team. I just had like, hey, basketball, please.
And the 1-0 pitch. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
So my intramural team had a losing record, and then I couldn't play because of the shoulder surgery. And since I've been back for 3-0, I've only scored 5 points. I've only taken 3 shots in the 3 games. I made them all. 2 free throws and a 3-pointer. And the 3-pointer actually helped us go ahead late, like stretch out the lead for us to close that game out, plus the free throws. But the team, just my presence on the court, because I'm always trying to be a facilitator and get people involved, has helped. And then plus defensively rebounding, it helps too. My shoulder still does feel a little sore, but I'm not shooting so it hurts as much. And Davis, we trust? Yeah. Funny thing about that too, I actually got a call, which I wasn't expecting. I got a call from one of the parentals, and we talked about it. So I'm like, cool. So it's out there. It's out there in the open. My parents have acknowledged it. And then we'll kind of go from there. No, I don't know what happens now. Still looking for a job. I'm still having other ways of bringing in money, but I don't have like that primary, reliable X amount of hours income coming in every week. But until I get that, I still have some other stuff that I'm making money, doing some computer work for another streamer, which might make me do more stuff for myself. Wrestling, since I'll now be able to get back in the ring, so that too. Can't put a point value on solid communication. In general, like I'm a pretty happy dude. Some bad things happen from time to time, but I've had the mindset going into this year. The way 2018 went, you had the lull in April. No, I'm taking a job in Portland. And I think once we hit about June, we realized this can work long distance, things will be fine. And then for the rest of the year, it's like, hey, we see each other, we talk, actually talk more away from each other. And then, stuff was going good in the personal life, stuff still going good in the personal life. And I came into 2019, like 2019 is going to be an amazing year, regardless. And no matter what happens, like I'm going to see to it. And even though I lost my job, I still kept that positive energy. Like, this is going to be a good year. And so far it has been. A lot of opportunities have opened up to me and a couple of other things. I got, my shoulder definitely has felt better post-surgery. I'm engaged.
It's always nice to keep a guy that
the people around me are doing well. I can't complain. Can't complain.
Keep that guy off the base path.
Yeah, he's originally from there, and he like moved here for school, and then he
Skied into
moved
straightaway
back
right.
out there. Like he
Sandberg
quit
is
his
in
job,
pursuit.
lost his job. He
He
quit his
gets
job,
there to make the play, and that
and
ends the
he
inning.
had been looking for a
Giants are
couple of
down 1,
months,
2,
and he
3.
ended up taking a
We'll go to
job
the bottom of the
in
second. A
Portland.
no score.
Got a job for Nike as a writer. That's what he is, and he
Now at the plate,
got an opportunity to move back to San
Leading
Diego,
off for the Cardinals,
transfer back. So like,
the
cool.
shortstop, Paul Vignon.
But I've went up there a couple times. Portland is actually a really nice city. I didn't know what to expect of it. I heard like people told me that it's like it's like a hipster town,
first pitch coming. Here it
hipster
is.
city.
A
But
high
it told me also
fastball
like
is
for
in
my
there.
personality, it's super laid back, so I wouldn't have a problem fitting in. It's just different from San Diego laid back, and yeah,
Swing
no
and a miss, and
complaints.
he's in control. 0-2.
I'm sure I'll
You
still
know,
go
hats
back.
off
There'll
to
be
the
a couple
pitcher right
times maybe
there.
I'll
You
go
got a
back.
great hitter at the plate. It's early in the count, and he
No,
wanted
he'll
to
want to
get
go up
ahead.
there,
Nice challenge
visit
pitch
mom.
right there.
I'll be a tag along. We'll see.
And there's one well above the
Yeah,
zone for a
pretty
ball.
nice place. Yeah,
I can
shoulder
understand
hasn't
why he
been
wanted to
like the
elevate his
shoulder's not what I
fastball right
wanted it
there.
to
This
be for
batter's
sure,
eyes have
but
been
at
lit
the
up
end of the
since he
day,
stepped in the box. Let's see if he
I
got
just
some
come to
vision on
terms that I'm
something
probably
breaking
gonna have
in the
shoulder
dirt
problems
right
for the
there.
rest of my life, and plus being a wrestler is not gonna help long term, so I'll just deal with it. Just deal with it.
That softly hit to right. Will that get down? Belt is there. Makes the play. One away.
That's
But had
exactly
things
what
been
they wanted
different,
out of that pitch up in the zone. They
I
threw
may
a
have
low
moved
rider,
up there.
and he couldn't get
So
up to it. So that
I
was an
think part of it
easy
is,
pop out.
it's just
Well
the timing of
executed pitch there.
everything. Like, if there is no moving back to San Diego,
Here's Marcelo Zuna
had I lost my job
as he will take
before
strike
that,
one on the
then
fastball
maybe
here. No
that
balls
changes.
and a
Like, you know
strike.
what? Maybe I just move up to Portland. Like, it's not like I have a job tying me here anyway. Maybe I find wrestling opportunities up there and move up there and, just make things work up there. Totally fine. Not opposed to that.
Bumgarner ready with the 0-1. Fouled off.
WOP, what's up? Oh, yeah, I know you're happy. I'd imagine you were a little nervous. I saw at the half they were down 5. I'm like, this got to get off to a good start in half number 2.
Shooting for that
23 to
inside
7 so
corner, but he
far.
missed
I
with
think
it.
they've done a good
1-2.
job, so
Tried to get him to chase
they
that
can
0-2
relax.
curveball there, but he wasn't biting.
It'll be
Very well
different.
could see it again here, though.
It
Bottom
will
of the second
definitely
here
be
with no
different,
score.
but I'm looking forward to it.
2-2 to Marcelo Zuna.
Flip a coin right here with this next pitch.
I would love
You
for
have to
someone on
throw
my
a
team,
few
though, to do
fastballs
something.
to get ahead.
I think they have
He's
one
been
hit through
able
2
to lay
innings.
off
We
both
have
those
0.
off-speed pitches. Looks like
So
he's seeing it pretty
someone
good.
needs to do something.
Missed with a slider. Jed Jerko will be
Yo,
next.
Blue Quack, what's up, guys? Just in time for the pitcher's duel between Luke Weaver and Mad Bum, since we all know I'm not going to do anything against him.
And he fouls this one off.
A war of attrition. Keep it close and hope that we can do something against the pin. If we get anything off of him, smile.
Comes with the fastball, but it's outside.
Possibly
Ball 4.
break out a semi and just be happy with that.
Third baseman,
In now, Jed Jerko. First shot for him here with a runner at first
Jed.
now and one away.
But WOP, how's your bracket looking so far? I'm guessing you probably filled one out. Who do you have winning?
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And that one just missed outside.
Bumgarner makes me so nervous, but I know the key to him is we have to
Stands at first with one out.
be very patient, and when we get opportunities, we have to take advantage.
Jerko in front, 2 balls and no strikes.
You know me well,
If you're
Blue.
gonna have any chance against a good pitcher, you gotta find yourself
Work
in
that
some
pitch
great
count, get his
counts,
ass out the
and he
game.
certainly worked himself into a nice 2-0 count right here.
The question will be tonight, do I feel like playing 3 or 4 games? That'll be the question. I'm going to guess probably 3.
2-0 pitch on the way. 3-0 now. Waiting on deck, there's Yadi
Yadi.
Molina.
Nice to have Cano back too. Cano's healthy to start this series, so we're back at full strength. Waka is healthy as well. He'll be pitching game 3.
3-0 count. Here it comes. There's a strike.
Hey, that 3-0 pitch might have been important for him right there. Regroup, get his mechanics back up.
I'm taking until it's
Try
2
something
strikes,
down through the
unless it's
strike
something
zone.
down the
Wouldn't
middle.
throw the exact same pitch right here. Might want to cheat towards one of the corners.
Unless I think it's going to be
Comes
down the
the
middle.
3-1 pitch. And he misses again. Ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball.
Oh, we hit the goal. 15 per. We're at 30. I'm going to take the first 2 pitches with Yachty and see where that puts us. Might as well. Look, he's batting even worse in the postseason.
Stepping in, Yachty or Molina.
That's with the last 2 starters being lefties, which he's supposed to specialize in.
And the pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time. Runners are at first and second with 1 away.
I'll take till 3 straight. Well, we'll see what the next pitch is. If it's 1-1, I'll think.
There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
And Wicked, thank you for the clip earlier too.
That strike right there. He's walked a couple people early in this game. Got to find out if he can find.
Haven't looked at it yet, but thank you.
We'll take it.
This pitch misses for
Wanted to swing at that
2-1
pitch.
now to Molina.
Yeah, Oregon made me smile. I picked them to win. So I felt good about that. I'm not feeling good about this Virginia Tech game though, nor Ohio State. I thought Iowa State would do better.
The 2-1 is looked at for ball 3.
After 2 breaking pitches,
This inning is looking good now, because if I can get Cano up with the bases loaded, lefty-lefty, I don't care. Cano can still hit. 1 hit.
Go ahead and turn that baby loose.
Brings in 2. I'm taking this pitch.
Set to deal. Here's the 3-1. And that misses. Ball 4.
Sometimes I just have to take myself away. Like just take myself out of being able to want to swing. Because maybe because my, oh crap, like my fingers on the button, my hands on the controller, feel the itch.
So the bases are loaded here with 1 man gone and set to stand in the fine second baseman.
Yep, I picked Villanova too. Pretty good on that. I definitely have not done as well today as I did yesterday. Yesterday I missed 1, but yeah.
First offering on
Strike.
its way.
Knew his first pitch would be a strike.
Right over the inside corner.
Borderline.
Getting that first pitch
But
strike is really important when you're dealing with the bases loaded behind you. Good job to give himself the advantage there.
This is a super important pitch.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. He couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane to the plate, and that will be ruled a strike.
Looked enticing, couldn't help it. Couldn't help myself.
Goes the other way, and this is in the air out to left. Rader is after it, and he makes the catch for the second out. Throw back to second, and that's a double play.
I thought there was...
Some of our nation's young
I thought there was only... I thought there were 2 outs. Wow. Wow.
Here's Andrew McCutcheon.
I thought there were 2 outs.
Open things up here in the 3rd.
Andrew McCutcheon.
Mental mistake.
Bottom 3 in the batting order here as the first pitch misses to the number 7 hitter. It's ball 1. 1-1 to Andrew McCutcheon. McCutcheon, or just Kutch as he's frequently referred to. He was selected in the 1st round back in 2005.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into
No one to blame but myself.
superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name.
Because that could have been, at least bare minimum, I cleared a pitcher spot. Get lucky with a wild pitch, maybe. A bloop single. But all that comes off the books because of that. Man, I can't believe I did that. That was terrible. You can't have mental errors like that in the playoffs.
First pitch swinging here as this is on the ground for the
That's like thinking you have a foul to give
first,
with
and there were
like,
two
you know,
down.
15 seconds left and putting someone on the free throw line. Wow, what's up? Welcome to
Standing
the
on
stream.
Madison Bumgarner, as he'll get his
Hope you're
first
doing
shot
well and
for the
enjoying
English.
your enjoying some college basketball action. Hopefully your bracket's doing better
Ready,
than mine
here's the
today.
first offering.
Yesterday was
Swung
good.
on and
Today,
missed.
so
Outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
We're seeing him in an absolute
RNG.
groove out there in the mound right now.
I actually got to be
Retired
careful with
7 straight,
Bumgarner.
and mechanically,
Last
he
thing I
looks
need is
really
for a
consistent and
pitcher
fluid
to
today.
beat me.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect
Make
the
other
plate,
pitches more
and they'll have
effective.
another shot at it here.
I would agree with that.
Here
Because I
comes
think
the
they have that
pitch.
penalty when you play against
Bouncer to
humans
the left side.
online. I don't think they have it for head-to-head
Along
against
to
the computer.
Carpenter gets him, and
That
that
was
is
a
the end
point
of
of
it.
emphasis for them
Giants
this
are
year,
out of
that
order.
if you
Home
use the
half of the
same
third coming
off-speed
up
pitches,
with no
you're
score.
penalized for it. Online, I think that would, or sorry, offline, I think that would be good too. And actually, too, talking to one of my friends, like I was
Coming
explaining
to the
to him
plate
the art
for
of an
the
at
first.
bat,
He'll get to take his first
and it was a
pitch.
really interesting conversation because he doesn't really play baseball, so he was trying to understand when we were watching spring training, like the approach and everything.
First offering
Really
on
good
its
stuff.
way. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball.
Oh yeah, to the AI, it does nothing. And to the AI, it's pointless. But
And that one right down Main Street.
and it sucks as head to head. I could imagine, you know, someone with a ridiculous changeup. You can just throw the pitch the entire game and not see, like, there's nothing to make you use your other pitches, especially
1-1.
if the changeup is, say, that pitcher's fourth
Takes the
pitch.
pitch for strike number 2.
From a pitcher's
I
perspective, why
think
would you
changing
throw a
that now will be a
pitch
good
down the
thing.
middle
And
right
also, I
there?
think pitch
Expect something
speeds
down the way,
being
maybe
different
bouncing in front of the plate.
will encourage people to do it too. So I don't know if you saw the
Now a swing and a weak
"Don't
line
troll me"
drive
game.
to first. And that's the first hit in this one for the
So
Red
yeah,
Sox.
I accidentally screw up and then he ends up getting a
And
base
a
hit.
nice job to get the ball in quickly. He'll be held to a single here with nobody out.
Hey, this is perfect storm right here. This is how big
Unlock, thanks for the follow. Man, that was so stupid. I still can't believe I didn't realize that there was one out. When they went back, I should have just left them. There would be no reason for them not to run, and that's my thought. Like, why aren't you guys running?
In now, Tim Stanley, as the first pitch is a bit
Sitting
high.
like
It's
the
ball
Titanic.
1. Second at bat now. He grounded out to start the
But
home
unlike the
first.
Titanic, I bet Rose will move over and let your bracket sheet at least be able to stay on too. Remember asking that question as a kid, and my mom laughed. But it's legit.
Enters the zone, strike 1.
We don't. Both of us
Hey,
don't
nice
have to die.
adjustment right there for him to get on top of that baseball
Now,
and
if it's
drive it to the
sinking,
corner.
then
First pitch, he
just
obviously
roll
tried to
jack off.
overthrow,
But
got under it, and it sailed on him a little
just
bit.
just
Weaver
wrong.
gets his lead at
Just
first,
wrong.
nobody out.
That's how I probably
Off the black,
knew
it's 2-1.
that I'd be an annoying kid in school. That one that always asked the obvious question that the teacher doesn't want to answer, and they would just wish I would just shut up. But that's what I'm here for.
The 2-1 home is a slider taken for a ball.
All right, Bumgarner. It's important because if you look at it over the course of a 7-game series, if we go 7, I'm gonna have to face him twice and Johnny twice. I have to beat one of them. I'm gonna have to at least get a win in one of their starts. More than likely 2, minimum.
And he misses there
So
for
let's
ball
make it
4.
happen.
So runners are at first and second now with nobody out.
Huge innings have begun with much less, I can tell you that. First and second, no out, and the guy on the bump really needs a strikeout or a double play right here.
Stepping up now, Trey Turner. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Mr. Postseason is not as sharp as he normally is.
Here's the first pitch to him. Showing bunt here, but he takes ball one. Turner, a 6'1" right-handed swinger and thrower. He was a first-round pick during the 2014 draft.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy.
Wouldn't be opposed to bunting and moving him over. Even if they walk Carp, you still load the bases for power batters and Paul. Marcel can still do some damage. And we know Jed is lurking.
Now the 1-1 pitch is a fastball down below the knees.
But I'm greedy. Gotta come inside, Mad.
Strike, 2 calls, and it's even at 2. First and second here with nobody out. And the slider misses here, so he runs the count ball 3-2.
There's a good slider down.
A lot of good counts so far. Haven't got the production I wanted, but that pitch count. As long as we stay off the double play. Come on, Trey. Give me something good here.
Ready to deliver the full count pitch. Popped him up. In foul ground.
That was ball 4.
And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball.
Bases loaded for my guy. Let's go, Max.
And that's 2 free passes in the 3rd inning alone.
This is what I live for.
I wonder if maybe it's something mechanical or if it's just psychological. Got to get back on track here.
All right, Bumgarner, come on. Just serve one up. Let's just take 4.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Strike 1 to start the at-bat.
The pitcher has to find a way to minimize damage here. Maybe take 2 outs for 1 run. Who cares? Get a double play, pop-up strikeout. Something to get you back in this inning.
Definitely have to cash in here. Bases loaded has been Achilles' heel so far this postseason.
0-1.
And we do.
And that's through into center field. Base hit. 1 run is scored. And the run is in to score from
Let's
second.
go.
It's a 2-0 ball game.
2-0.
And he's safe.
And runners on the corners and still no outs. Clutch.
Right there gives him a 2-run lead. Yeah, Dan, without question right there. Huge at bat. Gives his team the lead. Hopefully the pitcher's able to settle down now. He's got some runs on his back. He's able to go out and execute.
So that brings in the power-hitting middle infielder Paul DeYoung. 0-1 the count.
9 for 43. Hey, if I have to bench him, what am I doing to Yachty? Sending him down the Class A ball?
0-1 count and the pitch. Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike.
This inning hasn't gone the way he wanted it to, but it's not a total
Don't know.
disaster.
I don't know how many
Sometimes
pitches.
pitching is about damage control.
But if we can avoid a
If
double
he can
play,
strand these guys
I
out
want to
there,
say he started with like 32, 33 pitches. So we're getting close to
Now
the
the
30.
1-1 pitch. Down the line. And this will get by Longoria at third. It's a fair ball. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run's in to score from third. It's a 3-0 game. And now the tag from Longoria, and they got him at third base.
Left fielder, Marcel Ozuna.
Coming to the plate
Dirty.
now, Marcel Ozuna reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Cardinal sin. Don't get your first out, first or last out. Can't happen at third base. It's a big mental error on my part, but I tried. See if his arm could make the throw. The 40s to start. Okay.
Fouled away.
Well, good inning.
Classic change of speed
Averaging
right there.
20 plus
Through the hitter's
going
timing
forward
well.
here.
Got a
And
late foul
again,
ball.
the important
Interested
part
to
is
see
the
where it
lead.
goes now.
breaking
Getting
pitch, and
this
this
guy out
bounces
is
in
huge
front
because
of the
this guy can
catcher.
bat.
It's one thing to get hit around, but it's
Granted, a
far
pinch
worse when you're
hitter,
getting yourself into trouble by not throwing
you know, is going to
strikes.
still be a
Every pitch has
better
been
batter
there,
than
but
him.
it doesn't make it any less
But the
frustrating
key
or
is
unacceptable.
a pinch hitter means I'm
Now
facing a
2-2.
lesser pitcher. I'd much rather face a better bat for one at bat and a lesser pitcher than the combo of Bumgarner.
And oh, that gets him on the mound. No chance to make the play. Let's just hope he's okay on the mound.
Third baseman number 3, Jerko.
Stepping up to the plate, Jed Jerko threw a base on ball. His first
Not
time
gonna
up.
lie, thought he was injured. I just thought he was injured. Bullshit. Pitchers don't
First
get
pitch
hurt.
on its way. Now a 58-foot curveball that misses.
You want to talk about getting drilled?
At second,
How much longer are you
Ozuna
leaving him in
reverses
right
the
now?
run away. Looking at a tough pitch called a strike.
No, what up, Jazz? Hell, I want Weaver to go 9. I'm nervous about my bullpen right now. Let's just be honest, I want to keep scoring.
Back up the middle and in for a base hit. And the run will come across to score from second, and they open it up to 4-0 now.
4-run inning. Let's go. I need a let's go something. And counting. Still only one out, and that out is my fault.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. He swings and grounds it to short.
Yadier
Roberts got
trash.
second for one. On to Belt, and they turn the
You let me
double
down.
play. That ends the inning. So it's 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a man left. On to
The hell was saving anyone for the World Series. Gotta get there first.
It's punishment time!
nothing.
We gotta get to the World Series first.
So in now for San
In a
Francisco,
perfect world,
Lionel Raiders.
because they're going to be fully rested by the time it starts. I need if the one benefit of not having Weaver pitch super long, as far as, you know, his energy, is in case I need to use him off of 3 days rest for Game 5. Sorry, Game 4. If I want to go the 1-4-7 route, if I can get him out the game quickly,
Giants leadoff man.
I could conserve his energy, and then I just let the bullpen do its thing, and
Ground ball
he'd be able to
sent back
pitch
up
a healthy Game 4.
fields it cleanly. And a great athletic
Otherwise, he's going to pitch Game 5. Bumgarner will probably see again.
at the plate, Joe Kennedy.
So I would like to
Lined out at
have
the
him
first
pitch, you know, 90 plus pitches.
pitch of the at-bat.
So if I see him a second time, if they have to call on him earlier, then I could get a lesser version of him to start, or know that potentially he's not going to last as long in the game.
DeYoung gathers it in.
Think about the Giants, though. They're a different type of team. The Cubs had a lot of power in their lineup. The Giants don't have as much. They have some, but they're a contact team. They're going to put up a lot of singles and doubles, small ball, manufacture runs. So not as much instant damage against this team as I had to deal with against Chicago. That instant damage hurt a lot.
And no errors on the Giant ledger to this point.
Always sucks when you give up a hit and then you have to give up a run right off of it, you know?
And on 0-2, he misses with a fastball.
Hey, I hope that call doesn't throw him off his game right here. He's been pitching one heck of a game, and I'd hate to see the umpire get in his head right now.
I guess that
The 1-2.
Posey has a lot of respect from this umpire.
One here and chops it foul right at home plate. We'll try again. 1-2. Bat explodes as this has popped up. Boy, and slow out of the
As slow as Yachty is. Fastest I've seen Yachty move all franchise.
Giants are down 1-2-3. They trail here 4-0.
And Fry, thanks for the follow. I don't remember if I said it or not, but much appreciated. Glad you're enjoying the postseason action. No one in the pen.
The first pitch. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
He can throw 100. I don't even care.
For him so far on the mound. 4 runs and only 3 innings, so it'll be interesting to see
Hell,
if he can
if I end up making it to the World Series and have to face the Red Sox, I may have to ask him to come out of retirement, seeing the lineup that they have and their staff. Keuchel, Sale, Price. Damn. It's a crazy lineup.
And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2.
Ooh. 3-2.
Good eye to lay off the
Hey, if you
slider
want to
there,
walk
and
him,
he
I'll
works
take
it
it.
to full
I'm not going to
3-2
argue.
here.
You do not want to walk the 8-hole hitter. It just opens up so many options. Do we bunt him over to second with the 9-hole hitter? Do we try and play for that big rally with the top of the order coming up? This is a huge pitch. You can't allow this guy to walk.
Because if we get to the 6th inning and we're still winning like this, assuming it's just, you know, we maintain a 4-0 lead and we get to the 6th without running into trouble in the 5th, they pull Bumgarner after 6 innings.
Pulled high in the air out to right field. After it is
I'll get to it.
Makes the play, 1 away.
Looking at 90+ pitches.
Next, it'll be the
I'll take
pitcher,
that.
Luke Weaver. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one.
Weaver's given up 1 hit and he has 1
Pitch
of
on
his
the
own.
way. And a good pitch on the inside corner for strike 1.
Because we know I'm just
4
going to
runs,
take until
5
it's 2
hits,
strikes and
no
then we just
errors
kind of
so
go
far
from
for
there.
the Redbirds. Strike 2.
No rush to swing at anything. Make sure that it's a 3 pitch at bat against the pitcher. Anything else is a bonus.
A lot of options at hand right now.
Even throw.
Oh, and he can't catch up to the fastball as he swings and misses for the second out.
Boy, that's the best pitch in baseball right there with 2 strikes. That elevated fastball. Every hitter thinks that, hey, they can do something with that, but most of the time, you get the result that you saw right there. A big swing and a miss, and another strikeout.
Stepping in now, Tim Stanley. As it's grounded sharply to first. Belt will take this one himself, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Cardinals. They lead it 4-0.
Bell, Esperanza, and Longoria, 4, 5, 6. This was the inning that Weaver struggled with in Game 1. When we played the Cubs in the first series, he pitched lights out, hitless through 4, and then he started getting rocked in the 5th. So let's see what happens this time. Would love for him to have a great 5th inning.
Here's the first offering. A fastball that just misses inside.
Pulls Bumgarner off to the 6th, and then we know for sure because it's later in the game they have to pull him. They would not leave him in a 4-0 game.
Now the 2-0 home.
But first things first, got to get through this inning.
On the ground is short. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away. An early look at the line score here tonight as we play the top of the 5th. And boy, just 1 lone hit for the visitors this evening as they they've been taken to task by this starter.
Lights out by Luke.
Into the box, Enos Esparza. He'll look to bounce back after striking out last time.
Especially with the lefty bats in the lineup, kind of a concern.
And that's inside for a ball, 1-0.
And or switch hitters.
Bases are empty, one man out. Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
They don't mess around with that stuff anymore. Remember how I used to be in the day? Back on, say, the PS2? It's like, oh shoot, someone got NCAA early. I remember those days being in Operation Sports. Literally, like, I couldn't hit refresh enough. Someone's got the game, early impressions, a couple other people get the game. Tell me anything. And now, they do not mess around with that.
Line toward the alley in left center. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
I'm sure he got banned. I'm sure they pulled the VODs, and that's just bad on his part, because he probably looked at it, hey, I got the game early. I have it all to myself so I can stream it, and I'm going to get a lot of viewership, obviously, because I'm the only person that can play it. And now you get nothing.
In is the third baseman, Evan Longoria. He swings and grounds it to short. DeYoung's got it. Throw on to Carpenter, gets him, and that ends the inning. Giants down in order. They're down 4-0.
Look at that. Cart batting .437 in the postseason. .437 in the postseason.
Ready for another shot now. Trey Turner as we move past the halfway point in this one and begin the bottom of the 5th. First pitch to him. Swing and a ball hit out toward right center. After it is McCutchen.
Something go a little bit farther.
Nice play for the first out. Ready once again.
Carp got us going with that big 2-run single with the bases loaded.
When we talk about the best hitters in our sport, I think he's one of the more underrated offensive players.
Oh yeah, especially a game that's online. Like, I would be scared, like, back on the PS2, the PS3, I would have been scared. More so on the PS3. But PS3, I could just keep my user profile offline and it won't try to download a patch. And I could just play the game. I just know when the game goes live, you're probably going to get a patch to, you know, have to update. I would be too terrified now because if you happen to pop up online, they can see you're playing it. That might not be just a ban, you know, from Twitch. That might be give me some problems with PSN. I wouldn't even want to connect to the servers to see if people are online. I'd be scared to get my account down.
So that brings in the power-hitting middle infielder, Paul DeYoung.
Alright, so all in all, he's at 86 pitches. Through 5 innings. PS2 was different because you didn't really have to worry about online. Like, say, for example, I'm a Metal Gear fan. Metal Gear Solid 3 came out. It's an offline game. I care less. Playing the hell out of the game. But a game like NCAA or Madden, like, I'll play offline franchise or Dynasty. I'd be absolutely terrified to even accidentally connect to go online. Like, oh wait, this Sammy 33 guy? He's connecting to the server? Sony? Yeah, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and ban this account. They're not supposed to have access to this game. Twitch and PSN. Oof. Oof.
2-1. And he goes with the pitch here and drives it the other way to deep right. McCutchen going back. And it's gone as they
Let's go.
another.
Off of Bumgardner. Bye.
It's a solo shot here for
Bye, buddy. Get out the game. See you in game 5.
Series as the lead for the Cardinals opens up now to 5-0.
Here we go.
I can tell you one thing. You might
Oops, wrong button. Sorry.
location in the minor leagues, but when you get one up like that in the zone right over the plate against these guys, you're going to get exactly what he got. A really
Exactly. Exactly. And there's two things I'm gonna say. I want to add something else to it.
Here's Marcelo Zuna. Line drive to left.
Now I got that.
And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the
Opposite
inning.
field.
Cards add on just a bit, courtesy of this solo home run.
Working in, I worked at EB Games, and there was games that came out. Metal Gear Solid 3.
Here's Andrew McCutcheon now. We'll start
I
things out in
forget
their
what
half of
Halo it
6
was
as
around
they
that time. Was it
set
Halo
things
2?
up here for a lineup that quite
Because Halo 1
frankly
was on the
is
original
not
Xbox. Halo 2 was on Xbox One, or I'm sorry, Xbox 360 was a Halo 3. Or am I wrong altogether?
I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, because it was
pitch
like
of
around
the
that time,
at-bat
no
on its
PS2
way.
era.
High in the air down the right field
Halo 2
line.
360, okay. We were told,
But this will wind
and
up
there was
being
a, like, for one, there was something in the system that wouldn't, they eventually had
and he
to.
misses with it.
There was there was something in the system that would not allow you to sell the game early through the system. It would block it, and then you run the risk of that, because you have to do it under your login.
This is flared out towards second.
You run the risk of
30, but he can't
that
get there, and
getting
it's into
passed up
center
the chain
field.
and you getting in trouble. Like, why are you trying to sell the game? Because you get the email, you get the notification, your district manager lets you know, and you get the reps. This game is not to be sold until this time, period, in the story. So I see some people, and I've seen some people in chat in different channels talking about, I'm going to go to Walmart because potentially we know the game's released Monday night. They already have the game. Different places may already have the game, and trying to get someone to release it to, catch someone slipping and sell it to them early. Like, is it that serious to get the game a couple days early that you can consciously live with the fact that can get someone fired, but you're okay with that to play a game 40 hours early? It's like, it's just not that serious. That's just me. I will find stuff to do over the weekend, But I will say this. Seeing how I worked at EB, you kind of know the customers that you build a rapport with and you can trust. And I will say that I was not opposed to doing favors. But it also would depend on the game, because I don't want it to get traced to IP. If it is a single player game that does not require an online connection, and like I said back then with PS2, and you paid in full, if you came to the store, I may. There's a very short list of people. I'll give you the game because I already know it's in the system and I know you're not going to take it out the system. Like, these are like the regulars that that pre-order this, pre-order that. Like, I'll let you take the game on Friday. You have all weekend to play it, and then you'll get the Tuesday, ring it up. Just cash, the pre-order. You just have to come in and sign it. I knew who those people were, but outside of that, I'm like, no, can't do it. Got lost in the back room. Wait for midnight. I can tell you, for us here in San Diego, being on the West Coast is kind of a benefit, because sometimes with midnight releases, I know on the East Coast, a midnight release means midnight. For us on the West Coast, since they changed it so it's based off of Eastern time, it's 9 p.m. and that's usually when stores close. So my GameStop closes at 9, but they already said
Good
that they're
change
going to
up
stay
that time, but he
open.
wouldn't bite on it.
That's a good but
They're only
risky
going to stay
take
open
there.
for like
On
another
0-2,
30 minutes
some
to an
umpires
hour.
have no
Not that
problem
many people
bringing
are
you up on
there
a pitch
for
that
it, but
close.
they said that they will have it and then I'll
And
be able
hard
to
to the
pick it
right
up Monday
side, that's
night.
foul.
It's part of the
And
reason
he's
why I
looking
said I
to
would
straighten
stream
that out.
early. So
2
basically
out with
I'll
the man at
stream
first.
early so I can finish this season.
Swing and a little blooper to center. And that's
And
in
when
there.
Raw
Base hit.
goes off the air, I'll find my way
Definitely
to the
tried to
mall.
elevate the heater right there with 2 strikes, but caught way too much of the plate.
Hang
Nice
out,
execution
go
by the
pick up
hitter.
my game, come back. Install the game. And then, you know, sounds of the show I've been kind of working on a little bit here, a little bit there as time has gone on. And I'll be
Here's Joe Panik.
I'll probably
As the
be
first
watching
pitch
West
to him is
Coast.
in
If
there
Mills
for a
is
ball strike
upstreaming, I'll
one.
be watching
He's 0 for 2
and
in the
bouncing
ball
back
game
and
so
forth in
far.
between their channels as I do my stuff. And then Tuesday, I'm ready to roll.
And there's ball 1.
Well, those were a couple of close pitches right there in the inner part of the zone. Hitters will tell you, pitches in that location are tough to do anything with.
That's exactly why you want them as a pitcher.
Now a drive out to the gap in right center. And the second run is in to score as they show some life here and cut the lead to 5-2 now.
Well, maybe the tables have turned a bit. Earlier in the game, the pitcher had his way with him, but he wins the battle this time and in a big way. 2 runs on the board as a result.
Now time is called, and this could very well be to buy a few more pitches for those relievers.
Got to be careful.
Here's Buster Posey now.
He swings and sends a bullet to right field.
That's in there. Base hit.
This game is unbelievable sometimes, Dan. There's a bullet knock right there. You're expecting an RBI. He almost hit it too good. He can't even score.
Boy, too good is it, Mark. This is one right here.
Yep, it'll
Just kinda
definitely
gets
be
out to
back.
the outfielder so quick.
I don't think
The
it's going to
runner
be
not
more
able
than
to
that,
score
though.
from second base.
Or if it is, they haven't said so.
Now here's Mike Sosa
The entire
making his
at-bat
way out towards
change.
the mound. And it looks as though that's going to be all for
You
a
give
start
me that
here
changeup
today.
for a strike.
So he'll
It's
head for the showers as he stands to win this one. The
0-2.
bullpen can find a way to protect
Now
that
knowing it's
3-run
0-2
lead.
and that changeup he sat on, I could probably go get a little bit lower and maybe get him to chase. But no, now it's 1-1. The hitter's back in the count instead of being behind or a strike away from getting out the inning. And now the whole complexion of the inning changes because of that. They end up getting a couple of hits, tying runs up to bat when we potentially could have got out of that inning 5-0.
Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt. He swings and grounds it to short. And that'll get by into center field for a base hit. The runner from third comes across to score as they try and chip away at their deficit. It's now a 5-3 ball game.
He took that back right where it came from. Nice ribby knock right up the chute there.
Yeah, a little bit frustrating as a pitcher. You know, you always hear that, hey, you want to make yourself one of the defenders, but that ball was hit just out of his reach, right up the middle, base hit, and another run batted in.
Digging in, Enos Esparza.
Anybody else want to get a hit? Since everyone's just getting hits now, 2-out magic here.
Yeah, 2 on here.
Everyone just
3 on
running up
board
to the
already.
plate and
They
getting
absolutely
hits.
come out and force the issue of this inning, Matt. A hit here could really fire up that dugout.
Jeez, man.
First pitch on its way. Looking at a fastball for a strike on the corner.
I
You
need
like
to
the
get
modern style of
this guy
baseball.
out.
Here it is. Both starters kept their teams in the game. It's close right now. Now we hand it over to the nasty bullpens. Let's see what matchups are going to take place.
Is put
Thank
in play
you.
to the right side of the
Please
infield.
Cano.
Gonna be a
Thank
tough
you.
play. Throw on to first. An important pitch there as they get out of the inning before things explode. So they strike for 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a couple of
3
men
runs
left
with
on.
2 outs.
6th, 7th, and 8th place hitters due up in the bottom of inning number 6. The Cardinals lead it 5-3. Corey Garrett enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the sixth.
Who do I have up? Jerko? Jerko, Yachty, Cano.
Here's Jed Jerko now. They'll do battle with a new arm out there in their half of the sixth.
Wow, down 20. Who's number 4? I'm going to have to get back to basketball at some point. A little bit of a break. A break from basketball. Let me see that sinker, please. Thank you. A little break from basketball and other stuff.
To me, getting ahead
And
0-1,
eventually we'll
it's the
get
most
back to,
important
at some
position
point I have
in
to
the
finish the
game.
hockey playoffs,
I
but I'm
puts the hitter on
assuming
the
next week's
defensive.
going to be
I
a
can
lot of
only think
baseball.
of myself being in the batter's box. When I'm sitting
Just
1-0,
ouch.
I am all over the gas, or I am allowed the opportunity to sit on something without fearing going 1-1. When you're down 0-1, your head's on a swivel.
And now the Giants are going to get a left-hander up and throwing.
Something else I want to see. What other lefties do they have? Watson and Wilson too. Pretty balanced.
And he's keeping it down here, and that's a called strike 2.
And with the shaky bullpen.
And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. Down the third baseline. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2.
Come on.
And a good sinker there gets him swinging for the first out.
Why the hell did I pick St. Louis to beat Virginia Tech?
First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
The more I look at the score, the more it bothers me. Everything but fielding.
With 6 hits so far.
I think fielding is on Hall of Fame. Yeah. That I can't do. And I kind of wanted to turn this on, but I didn't want silliness, so I stopped with that.
And a sinker's in there for a call.
I feel like for a Hall of Fame, on my part, it does, from the human part, it does a good job of replicating a decent amount of errors.
The 0-2 delivery. Very weakly
I can't put bums out there. And it's not like I'm, throwing people out like crazy. I still have some depressing errors, but it's not. I can't do legend for that.
Swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball 1.
I tried it for a while. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna pass.
A bouncer up the middle. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah,
freaking Yachty.
Sent it back right where it came from.
When all else fails, rely on Yachty to be the change that you need.
So a runner at first now with 1 away and set to stand in the fine second baseman Robinson Cano. Here's the first pitch to him. A little bouncer that rolls foul for strike 1.
I thought that was going to be a sinker. That would be a little harder.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. And the slider stays
Can he
low
pitch?
apparently for a ball.
That's the problem.
Right there.
Unreliable bullpen.
Take that pitch, work the count even.
Molina, the runner at first.
There's 2 words that explain it pretty well.
And this is on the ground to first. Could be 2. to Crawford for one. On to Belt, and they turn the double play. That ends the inning.
Righty,
One
righty.
hit in the inning, but that gets erased.
Crawford's gonna bat from
On
the
to
left
the
side.
seventh here in game one. It's the Cardinals 5 and the Giants 3. Welcome back to Busch Stadium here in St. Louis. Seventh inning coming up now in game one as we take a look there at our game summary through
The
the
captain's a
first
pretty
6
nice
innings
luxury
so
to have
far.
batting seventh, too. For anyone that's wondering.
Now to the plate, Evan Longoria. Past history with Brett Cecil, he's gone 2 for 5. He also has 1 home run.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan of bloop and a blast. They
Thanks
can
for the bits,
certainly
Raven.
use that right now.
Trevor Rosenthal is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
3 bits. I'm assuming that's your way of saying that Rosenthal should have a 1-2-3 inning. So that's what we're going to aim for.
Here's the first pitch. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul.
Thanks.
The windup and the 0-1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. 2 balls and a strike to Longoria.
Shit, can I throw 3? Like, seriously, can I put a third person up? Can I also put Brevy up in the pin?
2-2.
1.
Popped him up. Carpenter has room in foul territory.
I think on the PS3 in the playoff series, my first baseman, which would have been Pujols, dropped that ball. And I literally just went nuts. My dad had to come downstairs and shut the hell up. I was so mad.
Into the box, Andrew McCutcheon is working on a
Caused me to go into extra innings in a playoff game. God, just completely rattled.
Tough slider over the inside.
Sure can.
For a strike. 1 out, nobody on.
And trust me, I have no problems doing it. Game 3 was unique because Waka got hurt, and I sat there and thought about, like, I have 2 options. I can try to make it a bullpen game, tax my bullpen, and that means that Jack has to come in. But then, if I need to pinch hit, I'm kind of screwed for game, if it potentially goes 4. Or I can go with Tyler Lyons, but I only have 2 lefties altogether on my pitching-wise on the team. Oh yeah, Jack will still pitch in the playoffs. The Waka one was perfect because I'm like, well, I need a starter. Boom, starter.
Just a bit low, tough call, but it's 2-2. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Soft liner towards center, and McCutcheon has himself a base hit.
Man, he got the front foot down right there, kept the front shoulder tough, and was able to stay inside that ball for a soft liner in the center.
Into the box now, Brandon Crawford, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1.
This is game 1 of the NLCS all over again. We got the lead early, and my bullpen's not helping.
1-0 count, here it is.
Neither is the umpire. My man, come on, dude.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound.
I saw Bumgarner getting stuff that wasn't even in the strike zone.
2-0 on the way.
Like the pitch would be outside the zone altogether. Like you could see a little bit of a gap. That one slider that broke away from a lefty, you could see the gap in between the edge of the ball and the strike zone, and that's still called a strike. Like, what?
Chopped weakly to the left. DeYoung fields it cleanly. Cano for one.
Thank you.
Return throw is in time. How about that? They do turn two, and it gets him out of the inning. Nothing doing there for San Francisco. Still a 2-run deficit. It's 5-3.
Rosenthal earns a little trust. Thank you. Not 1, 2, 3 Raven, but hey, a single and a double play. Or a strikeout, single, or pop up, single, double play. I mean, only 3 batters came up. Who you guys bringing in the pitch? Smith?
Will Smith will come on to pitch now as he'll move into the 8th spot in the lineup on the double switch here.
Speaking of Will Smith, one of my cousins posted something on Facebook.
Hitting 9th now on the double switch.
Number 82.
Oh, I'm gonna look.
Jose Martinez.
Shortstop. Crawford. Not gonna lie, stat-wise, I can't blame him for doing it. No, he's got good contact. Solid fielder, but he's batting .062. I brought in Hansen. I guess just going off of batting average, I can see that. I don't care that he's batting 1,000. There's just how Crawford's been ineffective so far in the postseason, but okay. That's a little odd.
He'll be asked to get something started in the home half of the 7th.
But here's my problem with that again. Crawford was a better defender. So Crawford bats, and then you take him out after he gets out. And then you pinch it, like you're going to pinch it anyway in the top of the top of the 8th. So why not just wait and just pinch it? Oh, 4 pitches.
Fastball off the plate away. It's ball
But
one.
I was saying, speaking of Will Smith, my cousin posted something that was pretty hilarious. Actually, it made for interesting conversation with friends. My mom's watching Boss Baby with my nephew. I have to find it. Okay. You have to get rid of one of the 4. You have to get rid of one of the 4, and and you get rid of all of their works, whether that's they all have done movies, but that's factoring in music, TV shows, any comedy, stand-up, basically any work that they were in. It disappears, period. Never existed. And you have to get rid of one. The 4 were Denzel Washington, Will Smith, Eddie Murphy, and
#lurk.
That threw me off. Thanks for the bit and enjoy your work.
Into the box, Tim Stanley missed with a slider. He's hitless in his.
I'm gonna complain. Look, umpire, call a strike a strike. Seriously, like this is stupid. Will Smith, Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, and Eddie Murphy. You have to get rid of one.
Now the 1-0 is.
And I tell you, for me, first of all, the first one that stayed was Eddie Murphy, because coming to America, Trading Places, and 48 Hours, like I can't let those go. And it's not just those. It's his stand-up comedy. Like his comedy
Sometimes you got to be aggressive
makes
offensively,
me
but
like
sometimes
I
you just let the
love
pitcher
seeing
dig his own
his
grave.
comedy shows,
Patience and discipline
and
seem to be the way
factor
to go
in
right here.
that there's this other show that he was in. I forget what it's called. My dad was telling me earlier today.
Set and
It's
the
what
2-1
led
pitch.
to
And a neck-high fastball
shows
that
like
time.
Martin being
This
able to be
situation
made.
right
And I
here
like
reminds
Martin
me of
too.
sitting on the bench talking to
So I'm
John
like, yeah,
Smoltz,
Eddie
Hall
Murphy
of
has to
Famer.
stay.
He would always
That's number
say,
one.
even though
Number
the
two,
situation looked bad, a pitcher is
Will
one
Smith
pitch away from
absolutely
getting
has to
himself out of
stay.
a tough jam.
I will admit I'm not the biggest fan of his movies, but goddamn it,
3
Fresh
balls and a
Prince. Like
strike. Here's the
Fresh Prince on
pitch.
its own right can never
Rookie
leave.
ball
Like that
taken
show
to the
never
inside
exists.
corner.
That's a tough pitch right
I, I
there.
I
Curveball
used to
kind of
come
front
home, like
hit.
race home
Your
from
first
school,
move is to
or
bail a little
race in
bit,
Germany,
kind of not
race
want to get
home,
hit by that pitch. I can
or
totally
race, to the
understand
youth
taking that
center so
first
I could
strike.
watch it with all my friends. I'm like, no, like Fresh Prince has, like
Now
that
the 3-2
alone,
pitch is
it's
a
got to
wave and
stay.
a miss. He struck him
I said I'm
out.
not the biggest fan of his movies,
That
the
was some
music.
nice execution on that pitch.
Man,
Slotted
he
it
had some
nicely
hits,
down around the bottom of the zone.
but Fresh
And
Prince
when
by
you do
itself, like
that,
he's
especially with your
absolved from
strikes,
that. Then
not a
plus,
lot of guys are going to hurt
you bring
you.
in,
You're
he
going to
has
get a lot
a
of
show
ground
on
balls,
YouTube,
swings
his
and misses
YouTube
down
channel.
there.
It's actually pretty good. Like I can't let that go either. So it's left between Denzel and Morgan Freeman. And I'll look at what you guys put in a
The
minute.
speedy Trey Turner digs in now. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. There to take it in is McCutcheon now for route number 2. On to first.
I
The
did it
double
again.
play. Nothing across here this half of the inning. 8th inning coming up.
Did it
St. Louis is out
again?
in
No.
front, 5-3.
So for me, okay, but since obviously I can't pay attention, for me, Denzel leaves. And the reason Denzel leaves is for Morgan Freeman. Shawshank Redemption is a really excellent movie, and I didn't actually see it until maybe 2 years ago. Amazing movie. And Dark Knight. You lose Dark Knight, Dark Knight
It's
Rises.
official. You suck.
What's up, Tin Man? Oh no, it's not Tin Man, it's Blue Fire, making fun of me. Um, Batman, was it Batman Begins? Dark Knight Rises. Million Dollar Baby, I think he was in that. Gone Baby Gone is like kind of one of those low-key movies that no one ever talks about, but I like that movie. And as much as I like the movies that Denzel are in, just Shawshank Redemption, just like Dark Knight is one of my favorite movies of all time. It may be my, as much as I like Marvel superheroes much more than DC, Dark Knight may be my favorite superhero movie of all time. It is on my top 10 movies of all time. I'd have to think about the others, but I know for sure Dark Knight is on there. Even though he didn't have a major role, Heath Ledger like killed Joker in that movie. Like I can't let that go. Um, yeah. Sorry, Denzel. Fuck off my list. Okay, let me see what you guys put. Quack says either Smith or Eddie. Maddox says Eddie has to go. I have not. I will check that out. Let me actually bookmark this so I can look him up later. There's a bunch of others too. Oh yeah, that's good. Yes. I would whisper it to me since my thing is being stupid. My bot is being dumb. What do you want to do, Sam? You go with Batanga's power.
Has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Come on, Iowa State. But for me, I said Eddie Murphy. It's a tough one. When I think of my top 10 movies, I would have to say probably Coming to America is top 5 for me. Dark Knight is at least top 10.
Here's the first pitch to him. And, oh, he can't get out of the way of that one. So the leadoff man will be on to open
Yes,
the
you
frame.
still will.
Well, they say beggars can't be
If you
choosers.
pre-order it
But
tomorrow,
when
you
you're
still
losing,
can, and I
you can't
believe
always
the
choose how you get on base, but
downloads is
you've got to
available
get
now
on
for
any way
people.
that you can, so he'll take that, even though it probably hurts a
Someone
little
please
bit.
confirm for me. So if
Digging in
that's
and
the
looking
case,
for
you would be
more.
able to
Fly
pre-order on the
ball Rager.
PlayStation Store and
Dan,
start
what's the
downloading
plan
it
of attack here for the
tonight.
guy on the mound?
Well, I think they have to go right after him. He's pretty
And I am very
unlikely to
hyped.
take you
Yes,
deep.
Goblin,
But
I
if
am
you allow him
super
to get
hyped
on
for the
base,
show.
the
I'm
chances
just
of them
trying to finish
scoring and
this
tying this
season
game become a lot greater.
and not choke this game away.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Good breaking ball that time, in for a strike.
Wait, so that's a strike, but you weren't calling that a strike for like the last 2 innings?
Hits are even at 7 apiece. Hit hard back up the middle.
Cano.
Step on the back.
Clutch.
On to
The
first, and
Kansas.
that's the very last thing they needed at this point in the ball
Let's
game.
go.
As there are quickly 2 away now.
Joe Panic.
Standing in, Joe Panic. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats for this one.
I hope this version of Batandis doesn't do it for me. He had one really shit outing at the start of the season. This is my first season with him. I traded, it was in my trade with Cano. And he got roughed up, and I got so mad, I left him in the game and he gave up like 6 runs. But he's been really consistent. His ERA is high for me because I'm in the postseason, and, you know, the Cubs are the Cubs.
Tony Watson is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half.
But for
of
the most part, he's been reliable.
Tony Watson.
Here's Matt Carpenter.
Now here's the scary part, guys. We all know who I want to go to right now. I want to go to Gregerson. I'm nervous.
He's set. Here it comes. Fouled
Gregerson has been anything but automatic his last handful of weeks. Not just postseason, but last handful of weeks. I'm going to have to think about what I do here.
The 0-1 pitch. And that slider's almost
Shaky. He had the blown save against the Marlins where he gave up a 3-run lead.
Back in the draft of 2007.
I know this guy wouldn't go
He
into
blew
the
another
category of
save against some other
superstar,
team.
but to grind out the career he has being
And
drafted
then
where he was,
2 of
my
the
hat's
saves
off.
that he had before the end of the season were shaky.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Hit out towards second. Panic is there. And that's out number 1.
Game 2, I believe he had 2 people get on base before he got the out.
So that brings in the power-hitting middle infielder, Paul DeYoung. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point.
The last at that, Nettie D, we heard this guy's a good fastball
I don't
hitter.
want to,
He
though.
got a
I don't
fastball
want to.
and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some
His leash is
outside
short.
pitches.
Brebbia will
First
come
pitch
in if
hack
he runs
here,
into
and
any
that's the
sort of
first
trouble.
strike.
I'm tempted to leave Betances in against
Bases are
Posey
empty,
just
1
because of
down.
the power.
Took something off there, but this is
Come
hit
on,
well
come on,
anyway.
come
Out
on,
to
come
deep
on,
center.
come on, get out.
Esparza looking up.
Yeah.
See you later. Over the wall.
Bartra.
Home run.
Cano. I'm sorry, Cano. DeYoung.
So a solo shot here to left center field is second of the game, and it's now 6-3.
That's a big home run. Gregerson. Don't F this up, man.
3-run deficit in the bottom of the 8th is tough for a visiting team to overcome. But they've got
His
great
bat was really bad. I think he had 1 or 2 hits the entire series
make a game of this time.
against the Cubs. Home run. I think he had 2 hits against the Cubs. He struggled. So far, much better. Wow, 7 earned runs. Ouch.
Here's Marcelo Zuna.
Yikes. That's not good. Giants are gonna have a. I think they're gonna have a rough year this year. Yeah, my bracket sucks right now. I take it Ohio State won. I'm not gonna look at it. I don't want to look.
Here comes the 1-0. Now that ball is smoked. Carrying to deep left. Rader going back on it. Gone! Back-to-back homers.
Take a bow.
Solo shot here to left.
Marcel.
First homer so far in the series.
Two guys that were struggling in the NLDS. Ozuna and DeYoung. 3 RBIs for them in game 1.
We've seen these guys go deep 3 times so far in this one, guys.
You know, D-Roll, looks like the boys are dialing long distance from the batter's box so far.
Yeah, the pitchers aren't fooling anyone today. Yeah, let's see.
I'll take a look here in a bit.
Here's Jed Jerko now.
Yep, DeYoung, I'm sorry, yeah, DeYoung had 2 solo shots, the RBI in the 3rd inning when we scored all those runs.
What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Jed with an RBI as well, he was struggling. He had an RBI in game 1 and I don't believe he had an RBI for the rest of that series.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on
We were saying, but I would definitely was saying, NLDS for 4 games, I hit 2 home runs as a team. 2. 3rd in the league in home runs, 1st in the National League. And in one series, we had 4 games, 2 home runs in the same game. So to me, it's impressive, one, that we won 3 games without the long ball. But it's definitely a part of the repertoire, and we needed that to start to come alive.
Grounded back up the middle. Throw on to first, 2 gone. Stepping in, Yadier Molina singled earlier, making him 1 for 2 to this point.
I mean, Yadi, when he first broke on the scene, was a defender first and foremost. You can't say that anymore. I mean, he's evolved into a really, really nice offensive player.
And Yadi got a hit.
Check it in the 2-1.
Yes, Blue. Trying to keep that average above 100 for the postseason. Not just a hit, got a walk too. Forgot about that.
The 0-2 to Molina. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
Not a bad start here. We just got to close it out in the top of the 9th, and we're good to go.
1 and 2. A swing and a miss at a sinker. The strikeout retires the side. Inning is over. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. We're on to the 9th here in game 1. It's the Cardinals 7 and the Giants 3. Gateway Arch lit up at night here in St. Louis. Welcome back to our broadcast on MLB Network. Here's Buster Posey now. Last time through was a base hit. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Hit sharply but foul down the right side.
I bet he does.
And here's a ball hit in the air. And foul.
Gregerson will come in if he has.
Swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the 9th.
Ouch. Fully swung before the ball even came close to the plate. Looking fastball, hey Buster?
Digging in once again, Brandon Belt. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Lifted into center field.
I think Batanzas ends up getting the save for this game.
2 gone.
Cool. Good work.
At the plate, Enos Esparza comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the 9th.
So I used Cecil, Trevor, and Batanzas.
First offering on its way.
Got Lyons, who hasn't been used, and Cecil didn't get used that much. Batanzas is only going to face 4 batters if he can get this guy out.
Swinging a ball hit on the ground.
Well, that's not even that bad. Trav did go a little long, but everyone else is pretty rested. Then Gregerson's fully rested. Bowman, who's the one I was nervous about. I almost wanted to bring Bowman in just to let him pitch, just to see how he would pitch.
Not everyone has the discipline to hold back on those.
And it's fouled away.
Sit down, post.
Over 39,000 on their feet. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Look, man, just take the 99 and sit down.
Good night.
Well, in hindsight, it was the right choice to let the setup guy stay the game and finish this thing. I wasn't so sure before, but the results sure speak for themselves.
1-0. Opening salvo fired by St. Louis. Alright, I'm feeling not too bad. Not too bad. A win against Bumgarner. Able to get to him some this game. That third inning was huge. But just production from the lineup. I see St. Louis is now down by 10. They're working their way back. Bumgarner, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 5 walks. So 11 base runners in 5 innings. It's not bad. And mind you, I screwed up because I ran into an out not paying attention. Did it twice. Once with him and once with the bullpen. But the bats, those home runs.
And there's no better time of year to come up big for your team than in the postseason. And that's exactly what this man did. He's our top.
More hits than he had in the entire NLDS in 1 game. Johnny Cueto. Johnny tends to pitch well against me, so how does that look? Oh, OPS 3000. Nice.
And tonight's final 7-3. The Redbirds take the 1-0 lead here in the league championship series. Luke Weaver is credited with the win. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. From my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Please.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie, quiet, because when I'm done streaming, I usually don't. I don't think I have anything going on tonight. Tomorrow night, I know when I'm hanging out with some buddies, but nothing tonight. The internet will keep me entertained, and that'll be my starting point.